Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So WrestleMania is this weekend, and I figured today would be a fun video to do a logo ranking of every single WrestleMania logo. And this is WrestleMania 40, so we have 40 logos to get through. So I wanted to do a ranking from my least favorite to favorite, and we're gonna zip right through this. But first, I want to say please like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Most of the time, I talk about tech review, Teslas, pretty much anything. But I also like to talk about logo designs and talk about pro wrestling once in a while. Mainly sports like hockey and wrestling. Although wrestling, I know it's not going to be a real sport, but whatever. Anyways, I want to go to my least favorite, and this would be WrestleMania 36. Now, this is when the world shut down, and it had nothing to do with this. I actually do recall back in 2019 when they first revealed this logo. I actually criticized it on social media, and I've had people like defend it, especially the people in the Tampa Bay area, because it's supposed to be like all pirate theme and all that. But I don't like it because it's just a scripture design, and it's a flag. It's just a flag. It's like it's almost like they're trying to imitate the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I get why, but like it's just too simple. And this is WrestleMania. It's supposed to be a big deal. So it felt kind of cheesy and cheap, in my opinion. So next one is WrestleMania 13. Now, this does not age well. I get number 13 being an unlucky number and all that. I get the fire, the flames and all that, but it feels like again, it feels kind of cheap in my opinion. I like the word mark at the bottom, the WrestleMania font and all that, but I just don't like the flames with the number 13. I mean, I think they could have done a better job with that. It feels like something that Kane would have main evented, even though he wasn't on the roster. It was actually The Undertaker against Psycho Sid. Also, I watched this on TV when it aired, and it was a great match between Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Definitely check that match out. And up next, we have WrestleMania 23. This looked like someone forgot to make a logo and they made this last minute. Like it's all the same font size. It's all in capital. Like there's no W that's big and the M that's big in Wrestle and Mania. It looked like someone forgot to make the logo for this. Like, oh yeah, we got to make a logo fast. Like I don't understand why it looks like this. It's pretty bad. Up next, I believe this is WrestleMania 14. Let me check my notes actually. Yep, WrestleMania 14. I I mean, I do like that they came up with a different design, but to me WrestleMania should be more horizontal. This one is like, oh yeah, we want to make it 3D. But not just that, too. I mean, listen, I like red, but it's too red for my taste. Like it's just a block of red and just a little bit of yellow, and I really don't like that. Next one is WrestleMania. I think this is WrestleMania 15. Yeah, WrestleMania 15. Yeah, okay, so X5 in the background, and it just feels more like a SummerSlam logo. Like this would have been good for a SummerSlam because like the bright yellow and all that, but I it's not my favorite. I don't like it. That's why it's ranked this low. Okay, so this is WrestleMania 6. So WrestleMania 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2 are pretty much the same. I mean, maybe 2 looks good because it's different that it has something in the background, but this is really just copying WrestleMania 1. So to me, they're this low. WrestleMania 1 is a good logo, and that's why it's ranked a little higher. But I just grouped pretty much 6 to 2, pretty much because they all pretty much look the same. Up next is WrestleMania 9. Okay, so this is I gave it a higher than 2 only because they added that in the background, but it's still again the same, pretty much the same logo as the original, and they just added that background because this was the one where I think it took place in Las Vegas, and it was supposed to be like a Caesar theme. It looks too cluttered in the back though, so that's why it's ranked this low. Okay, WrestleMania 11. Now, this is when they started to break away from the theme. I know 7 and 8 it hasn't been listed yet, but I do appreciate that they decided to go a little different. But come on, this is like black and purple background. It looks too Undertaker. I mean, Undertaker should have been in the main event of this one. And I know he wasn't. I believe that was Diesel against Shawn Michaels. I wasn't a wrestling fan at the time, so I'm just saying this based off what I've read in the past. And yeah, it doesn't have that big feel. Like it just looks like it's more gothic and dark. And I mean, this is WrestleMania. It should be a cool logo. So now we have WrestleMania 8 and next is WrestleMania 7. So those two, I they pretty much use the same one from WrestleMania 1 to 10, only now they made it more, you know, and it has that SummerSlam vibe again, but I appreciate they try to play around with it, but still, again, it's the same design. WrestleMania 21. Uh, it's better, it's different, but I'm not a fan of the background. It's like that oval, too many ovals. It reminds me of SmackDown. It's almost like SmackDown had its own WrestleMania, and that's why it's ranked like that. But I mean, I do like the word mark. Oh yeah, WrestleMania 2000, and in my opinion, probably one of the worst WrestleManias that I recall. Even though it was during the Attitude Era, so it was like during the Attitude Era. Sorry, during the Attitude Era, but it was that cluttered WrestleMania. I remember the game though. WrestleMania 2000 was a great video game. The reason why I don't like this one is that it doesn't say 16. So they went with WrestleMania 2000 instead of saying WrestleMania 16. I think that was a big mistake, and I don't like the word mark of WrestleMania. It reminds me of WrestleMania 23. And I don't like that the W is the WWE logo in WrestleMania. That was a mistake. And I don't like that they changed the swoosh to green. Up next is WrestleMania 22. I mean, I'm okay with the word mark, but I don't like the background. It feels too messy, it's like supposed to be like a spaceship or something, or a plane, a jet. I don't know. And the 22 is too dark. He's very unreadable. Oh yeah, WrestleMania 25th, and they called it the 25th anniversary. And I remember that was a mistake because they kept calling it 25th anniversary, but I think that was a year early. They really should have called it a quarter of a century, but they never asked me, so whatever. I also don't like the star in the background. It's very unreadable. I actually thought it was I thought it was that Star Trek logo. WrestleMania 10. Now that's a this one is similar to WrestleMania 36, but it looks better here. You know, like that little swirly thing. I would have preferred the X in the background didn't have those two bars at the top and the bottom, because it kind of looks a little unreadable. And you put the block logo on top of it. I think if we just had the X only, it would have been better. Okay, now this is WrestleMania 1. And I pretty much like this logo actually. It's the reason why I ranked it where it is right now is just the rest are better. But I do like this logo, and that's why I put it there. The from 2 to 9, minus 7 and 8, like they were grouped together that low because they were just copying this. It was unoriginal. It's WrestleMania 19. Again, I like it. It's pretty simple. It doesn't have the wow factor, but I like the colors. And it's clean. It's good. WrestleMania 20. Now that was a good one. I like the two X's at the bottom. It could use more color. I like my logos to be nice and colorful, but again, it's got the two X's at the bottom making that shape, and the word mark is good. WrestleMania X7. Okay, that was probably one of the best WrestleManias from what I recall. The only thing I just don't like is although again it's good. It's got the venue on top of it, the shape of it. So that was good. I've seen some logos without it, some with it, but I used the one with it. And up next, I think, yeah, WrestleMania X8. So it's pretty much similar to the X7, but it's different. I actually attended this WrestleMania. I saw it live. I attended. I'm in Toronto, so this was from Toronto. And I watched that live, Hulk Hogan versus The Rock. Yeah, it was a great It was a great experience. That's not why I ranked it this as high as it is. It's a clean logo. Doesn't have the wow factor, but it's clean. Oh yes, WrestleMania 12. Now that's the first WrestleMania that I ever saw on pay-per-view. It was that Iron Man match between Hulk Hogan, between Brett. Sorry, Brett. between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. And I like this logo because it has that big time feel. I get they were imitating the 20th Century Fox logo, but this looks like a big deal. Like and that's what I like. I want WrestleMania to have a big feel with the logo, not just that simple one with the flag, being ripped. So that's why I ranked it as high. I think I did. And yeah, it's good. I like it. It's one color. There's gold, and it's good. WrestleMania 29. I think this is when they stopped using the numbering, which I don't like. But I do like that it says New York, New Jersey at the bottom, and it's got the buildings on top. Now, I'll be honest, I feel like it's too busy on top, but again, it's good. I like the colors, and yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Yes, WrestleMania. This one was in Louisiana. I like the colors. I do feel the Mardi Gras, I don't know, gesture design made it look a little cheesy, especially for a WrestleMania. It's supposed to be a big deal, but like it's good. I do wish they put the number at the bottom. This is the one where they stopped using numbers. I mean that was the era. It was in like SoFi Stadium, and they used the play button to symbolize the WrestleMania. And this is WrestleMania. This is actually the network era, from what I recall. Okay, so this one takes place in Texas. I think it's WrestleMania. Yeah, this is actually similar to the previous WrestleMania, the one in. Yeah, so this. Okay, let's go back here. This is WrestleMania 31 with the play button. And then this is WrestleMania 32. And it looks similar, just more colorful. I don't like the top part, but now I will say I don't like stars that much when they're used in logos. I feel like it's a cop out. It's like the easy way, like, oh, let's just put a star on it. That's why I don't like teams called stars. I don't like when teams use sports teams use stars in their logo, like the Dallas Cowboys, for example. And that's why this WrestleMania, the one that takes place in Dallas, WrestleMania 38. Again, I'm just not a fan of stars. It's great colors. It's a great design, yes, but I'm just not a fan of stars. Oh, yes. Okay, so WrestleMania 26. This one takes place in Arizona. And okay, this is why I ranked this as high as I did, because it looks old school, but it also looks timeless. I mean, other than the logo, that WWE scratch logo, you wouldn't know which, and the date, obviously, you wouldn't know when it was made. Like it looks clean. It looked like it could have been designed 30 years ago. It could have been designed 5 years ago, and I just love it. Now it doesn't listen like, other than saying Arizona, I wouldn't have known where it is. So, but still, I just love this design. Okay, WrestleMania 24. I like the sun in the background. You could tell it was taking place in Florida, and yeah, nothing wrong to say. It has it has the symbol like the current WrestleManias have without the numbers, but this time it does have the numbers on this one, so it has everything. Okay, WrestleMania 30. This one takes place in New Orleans, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's got the symbol again. It's got the numbers at the bottom, the three X's. So I like it. All right. Okay. So WrestleMania 37. Now, this is what I was talking about. This is when they went back again to Tampa after the world shut down, and they had to make a new logo. And this is way better. It has the pirate theme. It has a scroll, sort of, but a little better. And come on, the skull is pretty cool. And the WWE logo on the bandana, and it's got the two swords. It's great. I love that. That was better than the crappy flag that they came up with WrestleMania 36. Okay, so up next is WrestleMania 35. I actually like the design of this, the shape and everything. I do like the red matches the WWE swoosh. I do feel maybe the red and black though is a little dark for my taste, but it looks fine on the screen. But on my phone, it looked kind of too dark. I do wish they put the number at the bottom, number 35 at the bottom, But other than that, I mean, I do like the shape of it, the design. You could tell where it is. So this is WrestleMania 28. It's kind of weird putting it up here because it feels again too SummerSlam. I don't know why. Anything that's like swoosh like that gives me that SummerSlam vibe in a way, but at the same time, it's pretty good. I don't remember where this took place, but I like the colors, I like the design, like everything. It's not my favorite, but it's high up on the list because overall it's good. Okay, this is WrestleMania 27. Nothing wrong with this actually. I like the design, like the shape. It says Atlanta. Um, it's pretty good. I like the colors. Blue and yellow, just it's always great. Now it's funny because I actually had this WrestleMania. Originally, I had it low on my list, but the more I looked at it, the more I liked it. It does kind of give me that Snickers logo. I don't know why, but you could tell it took place in Florida, and it's got the sun in the background. I like this one. Oh, okay. So we are. It's kind of weird. I didn't really want to do the recent WrestleManias high up on the list, and I was actually debating on putting this as number one, but this is number two. And the reason why I did that is one, I do like the logo a lot. Sorry, yeah, I like the logo, but I also like the colors a lot more. It's Hollywood. You're with Hollywood, you think of the Academy Awards, the Oscars. So I do like the colors. I I like the only thing I don't like about it, and I do like it does say Hollywood at the bottom, but I prefer it has the number. But I understand at that time that's what they were going with. They didn't want to put the numbers on it. So that's why I put this in number two. I but I do like this. And you know what? Next week I might say, oh, this should have been number one. So this is number two. And number one, which I really did not want to do, was put WrestleMania 40 at number one, just because it's the new logo. But the more I look at this, the more that it has everything that I like. Now, I will say, I don't necessarily like the colors. I like something more colorful. However, I know why it's colored that way. It's for the Philadelphia Eagles. So I get why it's colored this way, but it has everything. It has the word mark, the big W. Okay, it has a small M, but it has the big A at the end. So it's like very nice and symmetrical. It has the Liberty Bell in the background, so it's in Philadelphia. And then it has the XL written in there to represent 40. This was perfect. Again, maybe not my taste in colors, but again, I understand why the colors are colored this way. And that's why I put this at number one. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy WrestleMania. If you want to see more stuff like this, let me know. I mean, I have thought of doing this with the NHL and the NBA because I like to mix things around. I like to do tech review, Tesla talk, and logo designs, even stuff with AI and stuff like that. Um, we should be seeing the next WrestleMania logo this weekend. They should announce WrestleMania 41. It's rumored to be in Minnesota or Las Vegas, but I think it could be Minnesota. Now, I'd be interested to see what the logo comes. I'm not going to do another ranking of all of them, but I will. We'll see what the logo looks like, and maybe if I can make it better. I expect if it's Minnesota, it can go two ways. It could be more greenery and wildlife to represent the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Minnesota Wild, but it could also go purple and yellow for the Vikings, or it could be something completely different. If it's Las Vegas, I see it more like gold and red, maybe. We'll see. Anyways, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Comment. Let me know if you agree with my rankings or not. Yeah, and I will definitely see you on the next one.